computer. Okay, guys, so welcome to what might turn out to be it's not a short class, but a class we're going to get the most time to work on your SBA, the programming part of SBA. We're falling a little bit behind. Your SBAs are due about the end of the month into the first week of March. So, but we have to get going. We have to move forward. All right, we slow down quite a bit, but I'm hoping that we can go up to normal pace as soon as we get this done, so that we can actually get to do the database part, the web page, and the Word. Those are the three parts that are left, and the most support you're going to need is the database. I mean, that is easy. I mean, we can get that done in two classes tops. We can get the database done in actual 2 classes during the class, but we have to get those face to face. But this is the most challenging part, the programming part, and I'm actually giving you a week to do it. Why a week? Because you have the videos on YouTube, you have the classes, and if you follow the videos, all the material you need is there. If you simply follow the videos on YouTube, all right, you can almost follow word for word, syntax for syntax, the coding. I mean, the exact thing you need is there. But as I say, you have to put some work into that. All right, let us look into what we are here about. All right, so we're looking at the problem solving part of the SBA. This is the part where we write the code, try to write the Pascal program for this process that we're doing. It says use a pseudocode or algorithm to accept 12 names, grade levels, which is K1, K2, K3, along with the scores of each student. The objective is to display the number of students at each grade level and the average for each grade level. And I kind of put this part in there as well. I say counting and average. That's what you need to do, counting. So for this statement, you're going to count and you're going to average. And you know, average requires 2 calculations. They're going to add, and then they're going to divide by the amount of numbers you add. At the end of the program, you should also state which grade is performing the best. That means now you have another if statement to select which grade is doing the best. That's like the same one we did in class. I think that's uploaded, where you kind of compare numbers. Is this number, we get 3 numbers, is one bigger than that one or less than that one? We already went through that. So it's asking the same scenario. All right. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Not asking if you can do it, because I know you can't do it yet, but do you understand the process of what I'm saying mentally?
Yes, sir.
Shauna K, what you say?
Yes, sir. I understand it.
All right. So let us start see now how we can solve this problem. So to solve this problem, we're going to start with the regular IPO chart. Remember, IPO basically means input, or you can use input and store. Some people say that as well. Process and output. Every single program you're going to write mentally, even now, after writing computer programs and so on and teaching programming for, I'd say, well over 20 years, I've been teaching programming, not just at the high school level, but also at the university level, and also learning programming from my first year in college, which was about 1993, 94. So that's a very long time ago. I mean, like good time ago. Yeah, almost about 30 years ago. So I'm saying this to tell you that this is not a basic idea that you throw it away once. Oh, because you're a big programmer, no, you throw it away. No, you still think this way. What do I need to put in the program for it to start working? What are the inputs? It's like you're going to cook. What are my ingredients? You're going to bake. You're going to stew chicken, curry chicken, fried chicken. make curry goat, whatever you're going to do. The first thing I think about is what are my inputs? Do I make cornflakes? What do I need? It may sound simple, but do you want to use water and milk? Do you want to heat actual cow's milk? Do you want to use almond milk? You want to use Lasco? Those are the things I think about, So as simple things as cornflakes require a little bit of thinking. What do you have? Do you want to heat it and then pour the cornflakes in? Or do you want to have it cold as it is? Or do you want to have room temperature? Because I think, or which one again? I remember, I'm gonna like Lasco stuff, but it tastes artificial to me. But I think if you're going to use Lasco, it might lump up on you a bit if you use our cold or room temperature, cold water, it lump up on you. So you might have to think about that too. So in other words, even a simple rudimentary thing as making cornflakes where a child can make, 4 or 5-year-old can make cornflakes, might require a little bit of thinking depending on what ingredients they're going to use. So here's our IPO chart. It tells us what you want. Use a pseudocode or algorithm. Why we're using Pascal? Because it says use Pascal language to implement the pseudocode above. So you have to write all of this that I'm highlighting here so now in Pascal. All right. So we're going to write it in Pascal from day one because we know Pascal. And then after we've done the Pascal now, we simply mess up the Pascal, literally mess it up. So it look more like algorithm or pseudocode. That's all. You get the understanding of that, I'll think about next week or the following week. All right. So what are we going to accept? What are we going to put into the program? 12 names, grade levels, and scores. So we're going names, grade levels, and scores. So the first thing we're going to have is names, grade levels, and scores. Those are the 3 things we need to start our program working. And we're going to put in, these are our ingredients to start to work right away. Everybody following me?
Yes, sir.
All right. The next thing we're going to do now, what is the process we're going to do? We said, after we get that in, the objective is to display the number of students. So we want to count the amount of students. We want to number them, counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to count the amount of students at each grade level. Ignore the grade level at each grade level for the time being. We want to count them, and we want to average. And average requires two calculations together. We have to add up some numbers and then divide by the amount of numbers we add. Not true? That makes sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's start to think about the process of this now. So the first step is we're going to average. So say average, let's say AVG equal to, all right, total scores divided by number of students. Simple as that. That's the first one. Or we can go here and say, or, make this all caps, all caps, go back here. And then we can do it this way. We can say total gonna be equal to adding all the scores. And then the next step is to average equal to total divided by number of students. So in this second one, we separate the calculations. We add up first, then we divide. But in this first one up here, you can do it this way as well. We actually do everything in one. Let's do it together. How is that done? Let me open a Google Sheet and show you. Because we did this in Google Sheets. I was not doing spreadsheets before. We actually did this. So let me show you. All right. Zoom this up a bit. And let's put in some numbers here. Let's say we have 5, that's 8, sorry, 5, 9, 3 numbers of our, let's say 2. Want to average these. We could say equal, all right, this plus this, That's A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. All right? I'll put that in bracket because I want to make sure they add them up first. When they come to add them up first, and then we divide by the amount of numbers. And the amount of numbers in this case is 4 numbers. So we divide by 4. Done. We get 6. All right? But let's do it, and so escape. We get 6. Another way to do this is to simply set the same numbers over here and pull them across. Right? The same numbers. Empty out this cell. All right. We can simply put equal average. And so this cell them there, equal average C1 to C4. But I should have probably done this one different. Should I put it this way? Let me just say here, so we add up the number then first. That's the total. As a equal this one divided by 4. We still get 6. So we add them up first, and then we divide the total by 6. Then we still get 6. So what are we saying here? We're saying here that this one, or the average, is like writing the average function here. Just write one thing, get the number. We add on everything all together in one function. Or we add up the numbers, and then we divide by 6, which would represent this process. Add them up first, then divide by 6. Am I clear so far?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then now we would say display the best performing grade. And that's it. This is what the IPO chart would look like, basically, under an IPO chart. This is the first step. So if you're going to write your program, this is the first thing I'd ask you to do. Write this as if, ignore K1, K2, K3, but write it first as if you can get it to calculate the average. And I think we have done that several times in class already. There are several demonstrations about this in class, where we have classes, and there were videos before in your on the YouTube channel where you could go and get that done. Am I good and clear so far? Everybody understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Shana K, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right. So after you do that part, we're going to leave these two parts, and we're going to leave this. And let me highlight this, because I like to be luminously clear. We're going to leave input, may the input be green. No, that's what I want it like this. Want the light. What the fill thing there? All right, cool. And there's the output over here, so this like a blue or light bluish thing. So the real work occurs here. So here's how we're gonna work, because this will not change, this will not change. So if they get the output that you want based upon the inputs, the green, what you're going to know is modify the process. Modify why? Because you want the average for each grade level. K1 separate from K2 separate from K3. Because I'm pretty sure you guys know that go. You're at school, all right? And if you're not going to school right now, if you're adults here and if you're not going to school right now, you were at school. And you hear sometimes say, boy, full class average higher than yours. So in other words, we better than you, or so forth. So the competition will be there. So you know that sometimes you have 8-1 different from 8-2, and 8-1 average tends to be better. But if 8-2 ever say, average will go up above 8-1, yo, we beat 8-1. Full average better. You know, understand what we're talking about, right? The average are calculated separately. You not get that vibe, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now we want to do the same thing, but this time we want to do it for K1, K2, K3. You want to do it 3 times, or for 3 different groups of people. But guess what? You need 3 different groups of variables. You need one total for K1, you need one counter for K1, and you need what average for K1. So you need 3 separate variables. You also, because a while ago, what we did, we had average, we had total, we had counting. So we need the same 3 now, but we're going to need them 3 times more. We're going to need for K1, K2, and K3. Jeez, man. Nice. Me need to move. Me can't like nice. So let us do this now, right? Let me see if we can get the best example of this. And yeah, guys, actually I struggle to find the counting something because I go bad. I mean, it's that serious. I try find which one of these are the numbers which are the bullets. Yeah, things getting serious. All right. So here's what we'll say now. If grade level equal K1, sorry, that's K2. Here's what they're going to do. Increase indent. A. When I say add 1 to K1. Whatever you want to call it, I don't suggest use the same variables I'm going to use it because it will mess you up. I deliberately expect you know to start know to use your variables. All right. We're also going to say add score to K1 score. So that person's score going to be added to K1 score. And then now, to get the average, you're going to say total K1 score, basically, going to be divided by the total or divided by all K1 students. That's basically what you're saying. Let me make some space here because I don't really want the row them shift like this. I want to have space in my rows. Right? So you count the number of K1 students. That's what you're doing at A. Then at B, you add up the K1 scores. And at C now to the average, you say, I should put AVG equal here, so. Right? So, but average equal the total K1 score divided by all the K1 students. That's what the average going to do. Then I go to over here and say, if grade level equal K2, do the same process all over again. The same process all over again. You say add 1 to K2 this time. And I say add score to K2 score. And I say AV, sorry. Let me put this here. So let me help you out a bit. K1 average. I got equal to that. Sure. So now I say K2 AVG gonna be equal to K2 total divided by K all K2 students. We were helping you out, you know. If we start help to determine your variables. Same thing again. You say if grade level equal to K3, next process. Now you go and say add 1 to K3. The next step is add a student score to K3 score. And the final step is K3 average going to be equal to K3 total, I'm going to say total, I mean total score divided by all K3 students. I'm put total score here, so put total score K1 About K1 total score. Total, oh, show me have it here. Sorry. May have total already. Total K1 score, K2 total score. All right, cool. And then that's it. And then if you wish, you could now say else, because I know the else command comes where you say, okay, fine. If there's nothing else, like somebody enter something that erroneous shouldn't be there, you could say enter. You could right line to the screen, enter K1. You know what? Let me leave this alone. Let me not overburden your brain right now. Let me tell you finish all three of these, and then now we say, okay, fine. We can add the last statement into it. But this is a general idea of what you need to do to get the K1 average, the K2 average, and the K3 average to display the best performing grade. That is what you need to do. Yes.
Sir, should we put it in a way, sir, that will, depending on the names that you choose, will change the grade, or we are supposed to choose the names out of there?
You choose the names.
Okay,
you choose the names you want. You choose, you have, how many names you have in this thing again? About 20 something, 30 something? 36, yeah. Choose any random 12 names.
Okay, sir.
But try to choose, make sure you choose from all three grade levels. You know, at 12 names, you have to choose 4 from each. You can choose 8 from one grade, 2 from one separate grade, 2 from another grade. I can say 8 from one, 3 from one next grade, and then 1 from a different grade, K1 also. That's up to you. They don't have to be equal amount of students from each grade. Shauna Key, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the first step in writing the code is to understand mentally what to do. But the next step is, the challenge comes in, is to write the code for it to execute. What I suggest you do, first step is write the program to get the name and the scores. So name, write to the screen, right line, open bracket, open single quote. Good evening or good morning or hello student. What is your name? Close single quote, close bracket, semicolon. Then you go to the next line and say, read ln whatever variable you choose for name. Then the next line, right line or right ln or right, open bracket, open single quote. Which grade level are you? You have noise about them, man. You guys hear that noise in the background? You hearing it?
No, sir.
Good, great, awesome. All right. So you put right or right line, open bracket, open single quote. Which grade level are you? K1, K2, or K3? Pick one, whatever phrasing or sentence you want to use. Close single quote, close bracket, and semicolon. And then go to the next line and put read ln, whatever variable you decide to use to accept grade level. Whatever variable you want to use. Then next line, go to the next line now. Write or write ln, open bracket, open single quote. What is your score? Close single quote, close bracket, semicolon. And put read ln, whatever variable you want for score. That's it. Done. And based upon the grade level now, you'll if the person enter K1, you add 1 to K1, and then you're adding score to the total score. And then now you calculate the average. Whatever the total score is, divided by the amount, or divided by whichever variable you use to count. You're adding 1 to each time. Simple as that. And then it's, if it's not K1 that was entered, but they say if, it should be else if, you know. It should be else if. Not even if, it should be else if. Okay, I pick that up, else if. And it should be also else if. Else if, let's say the person that didn't enter K1, but they enter K2. It's else if grade level was K2, it will go, put that person in K2, add 1 to K2, add then score to K2. And then divide the total score so far by the number of persons entered. And if it was not K2, You go else if the grade level entered was K3 and the person entered that and the same process goes over again. All right, but my admonition first, try this first without the grade levels. Then amend your code. I expect everybody this evening to be able to write to get the 3 sets of data here in. Prompt the user, what's your name? Get the name in. Prompt the user, what's the grade level? Get the grade level in. What's the score? Get that in. And do a simple average calculation based upon the grade levels and the scores. And that's it. Because if you get as the first phase, you can get that done tonight, and then know and get that running, and then know we will work from beyond that. So about 7:45, we're going to join, but that's over an hour from now. That is about an hour and 15 minutes from now. So much time we're giving you to that, you have more than enough time to get that done. So now, after you get that done now, we start going to start adding this part in. If it's K1, if it's K2, or if it's K3, you start adding that section in. Yes, there's a question. Somebody unmute their mic. Go on. What question is it? What's the question, guys? I want to stop the recording right now. Stop recording.